But ultimately, the parties have to buy into that, and they have to accommodate each other, particularly the big two. There has been a lot of good talk and discussion, in a sense, behind closed doors and quietly. There hasn't been a lot of media focus on this process in the last few weeks, and I think that's a good thing, because it's given the parties the time and space to be able to work out the detail of what they need. But as I say, we're not quite there yet. But I don't believe that there is any policy reason why these talks should go on for many more weeks. That being said, closing out a deal like this is always difficult and fractious and takes time. So we don't want to push this process too hard and collapse it. And so we do need to give the parties the time and space that they need to hopefully conclude this in the coming weeks.
Jerry,
you're the first representative from the Irish government to meet with the new administration of Boris Johnson. The first phase of this meeting was Northern Ireland Secretary. When do you think there will be engagement between the British Prime Minister and the Taoiseach? And given what Boris Johnson has said in his first 48 hours in his new role, how worried are you about the danger of deal Brexit?
Well, a number of questions there. I mean, first of all, as the Taoiseach has said a number of times now, he's looking forward to meeting the new British Prime Minister. He would like to see that happen sooner rather than later, for obvious reasons. I think the statements of the British Prime Minister yesterday in the House of Commons were very unhelpful to this process. I think he seems to have made a deliberate decision to set Britain on a collision course with the European Union and with Ireland in relation to the Brexit negotiations. And I think only he can answer the question as to why he's doing that. But I think it's been made very clear from the Taoiseach, from Michel Barnier, from Presidents Tusk and Juncker, that the approach that the British Prime Minister seems to now be taking is not going to be the basis of an agreement. And that's worrying for everybody. And it means that our no-deal Brexit contingency planning and preparations, they're already pretty intense, quite frankly. It's a big priority in government, and it has been for quite some time. But we will continue to really focus a lot of effort and resource on ensuring that we are ready, or as ready as we can be, for the impact of a no-deal Brexit on this island. And as I've said before, that will be very, very challenging for all political parties, for many businesses, many sectors. But we will do everything we can to try to mitigate against that damage. But I think it was from a Brexit negotiating perspective, it was a very bad day yesterday, and we'll have to wait and see whether that message coming from London changes in the weeks ahead.
We're nearly out of time, so Jerry, go.
Just on the same issue, Taoiseach, you spoke about the collision course. Did you raise that issue with Julian Smith, and what sort of response did you get? And just secondly, what were your first impressions of the new Secretary of State? Do you think he's a man who maybe could get things done?
Well, first of all, I think he is a man that can get things done. He has a good reputation. We're the same age, and I think we'll get on very well. He's very smart, and I think he understands the political parties in Northern Ireland. He obviously understands the DUP very well because he's worked with them in London, but I think he's very anxious to reach out to the other political parties too. And that's part of the reason that he's had so many meetings today. I think the dynamic and the relationship that I have with Julian Smith is very important on lots of levels. And I think we got off to a very good start, a very good and honest start today. I think most of our discussion today was about how do we work together to get devolved government up and running in Northern Ireland as soon as possible. That needs to be the big focus for both of us in the coming weeks. Obviously there was mention of Brexit and the broader challenges, and I really just outlined the Irish government's initial response to what we heard in the House of Commons yesterday, which is similar to what I just said to you now.
All right, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Taoiseach.
Thank you.
Thank you.